If you are somebody who has continuously looked at their life and wondered why it is you're able to move away from things that have kept you heavy and blocked, but you keep ending up in cycles, the display may be different, but the people, the situations, they all bring a heaviness after a while. This is because you truly aren't closing out this tone that you're familiar with. You keep attracting, drawing into you that same vibration because your internal energy has not shifted yet. Change the display on the outside of what we bring into our world. Our eyes see something different. These different situations, people, relationships in our world, when we close them out, we see the new coming in from the visual aspect of things. But what I started to notice within my own experience, and why I speak so often about this stuff, is because this is where the transition started to really happen for me. And I started to remove these layers of blockage that I didn't even realize were there, keeping me stuck. Always bringing back these heavier undertones, even though initially the look of something is new, but it always ends up being a downer in your world. This is because the cycle hasn't shifted within yourself first. In order to bring in the true new higher vibrations into your world, you need to get good at understanding the undertone and remove the displays from your vision of what you believe is going to fulfill you. Your fulfillment comes from listening to the heart. It is that pull toward the things that are foreign to you that you almost feel this intimidation initially, like, no, this doesn't match me. The only reason why certain things don't match you is because you are not accustomed to that energy frequenting your life. If you have grown up with the heavier energy, no matter how good the display looks on the outside, you will notice that it'll still bring about this unsatisfaction, that the high is temporary and then you crash again and you end up stuck in the mud and having to dig your way out all over again. This is a very necessary part of life, that we go through these things, because until you can actually go deeper and not look at the world like, oh, there's no goodness out in the world, because we can do this too. The heaviness stands out more than the light because of the imbalance. But the only way we can wake up and bring things into balance is by going through the chaos. And I say this so often because to me, everything that has weighed me down and made me feel stuck in life has actually been the biggest part of my growth within this experience. It has taught me more about myself and what I am capable of getting through. When you take the veil off and stop victimizing yourself and are able to then see, why are these things coming about for me, you can go right back to the beginning and understand that it is a familiar energy that we get accustomed to living. Our energy gets so comfortable, it doesn't like change. Like anything, we become so routine and we feel comfort even in the uncomfort, if that's all we've ever known. The only way you can create change is by moving through this stagnant, consistent, stubborn energy that sits with you, and not seeing yourself as a victim in it. Instead, utilizing all those heavy lessons that you've gone through in order to make your steps upon breaking out of that heaviness. How to break out of that heaviness is by feeling that undertone hit you. You know it's there. You can feel it by watching the way you are taking in your world, the way you wake up in the morning. Is there this almost like obligated feeling that you need to show up in places where you don't want to be, around people you don't want to be around a job you don't want to be in, all these situations that just don't feel fulfilling to you? This is your opportunity that comes about consistently when you feel heavy. This is an opportunity to make change happen for yourself, and a lot of people don't look at this as opportunity. When you are down and out and your energy is burnt and you are no longer feeling that need to step within your world and you are just sitting stagnant, this is your soul begging you to level up, step it up and bring change for yourself. How you do that is by stepping away. It's not just the faces, it's not the displays that you need to step away from, it is the energy. You need to focus on the things that spark your curiosities, that have you intrigued and draw you in, because this is your soul guiding you. This is what pulls you into the higher frequencies. If you allow it, people remain stuck, digging at their wounds, trying to get past it and heal things where the wounds took place. When you come back into those wounded energies, hanging on and trying to hope for better, you don't allow the healing to take place within yourself and the situation. It just keeps mirroring back that same heavy energy no matter how much you wish well. This is what I have found. It is upon separation when the healing begins. It is upon stepping away from the ugliness, that heaviness, that harshness, when you can pull away from it and really take some deep introspection as to why it is that your body feels the way it does, your mind is chaotic and scattered. When you can step away from that and just take a breather, everything calms down and you're able to see things more clearly. If you give yourself enough time and not have fear of loss. People are so afraid of losing out. They believe that they've invested so much time into things, and that's where they feel it's almost like wasted if they walk away into something different. And this is the furthest thing from the truth, because when you step away, you open up a new door for yourself and allow life to present to you. Then it'll present many different frequencies to you. And yes, the displays may look good sometimes, but you need to really listen to what it is that your heart is pulling you toward beyond the display of how things take over us, because the world has us conditioned to go after the things that are presented as what we must have in this world. This is so temporary. When we walk through life like this, it keeps us blocked up. It keeps us living through these same cycles, and you don't gain that growth that you are so desperately looking for. I found this for myself. It is truly where now I feel no guilt if I step into things and it doesn't work out the way how it first felt. That's okay with me, because there's never a loss. I'm being presented with an energy. So if you don't open up those doors to allow, you can't find out what's there, what's hidden behind that display. You get good at determining it much quicker. And when there's a history tied into things, you feel obligated almost to go back and make things work and wish for the best and whatever it is, you know? And you'll get your energy pulled on a lot of the time. This is something that, again, you have to be resilient enough and in a way blunt enough to be able to step away from the things that you do know deep down are not satisfying you. Lose the fear and the obligation to stick things out where you are no longer satisfied. That's what I do now. I don't stay where I'm not satisfied. I don't care how arrogant it seems either to the world outside of me. It does not matter, because this is my life. And this is what I'm saying to you. This is your life. In order to open up into the higher frequencies, you need to step for you. You need to step to where your heart is pulling you. That is what it's about. Life goes so fast. When you get to the end of your road, you want to be able to sit back and say, I did that. I listened to my heart. I never said no to experiencing this life. That is the beauty of it, to walk through it with no regrets whatsoever. You are never at a loss. You are never a victim. You are never being punished. Everything is happening in your favor. When you know you are blessed, your blessings start to come in.